Hi, there you are.
How are you?
Good. I'm just sharing
Yeah, let me do that.
with some frenzies.
I didn't finish. I didn't read 20, so that's like the freaking Reese chapter. I'm so.
I know. Well, it's like the introduction. I literally read it in my car right after I texted you. As I got off work, I was like,
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. So, but I feel like we're gonna talk a long time anyway, so we might have to. It's not like a page and a half, right? Or
it
it's a
was.
couple.
It was.
Oh,
I don't even. I was on my Kindle. So,
Emily.
is your sounding weird on your phone, or is it just my phone?
It sounds echoey. It sounds staticky.
Yeah.
Is it me?
I don't think so. Oh, now I can't hear you at all. Yeah.
Is that better?
Does it sound echoey, Emily?
Is
Okay.
it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I think. Well, I unplugged my phone. I don't know why that would
Oh,
be. It's weird.
weird.
Well, it works. Okay. Cool. I'm a sleepy girl. Okay. Let me find. Yeah, I did not finish. I had a rough time. I had a. It's been a week. Oh, and I brought my whiteboard.
Don't worry, I have mine.
I just finally got through the video. I've had a crazy day. It was so good. I love it. I love the circles, the sacred geometry.
Right?
So cool. Love that so much.
Ooh, Emily's prepared.
Prepared. I think she's talking about you being prepared with your whiteboard.
Oh, me prepared? Sure. And wait, I also printed out from Missy.
Diagrams, please.
I messaged her, she's like, oh, I'm going to update it. And I was like, I'm going to print those, like, legitimately. So.
Yeah, I did not. I said I was going to, but I did not. Do you want to jump in? What do you want to do first? Do you want to do do you want to save that for the end? Or do you want to do it first?
Well, it kind of starts in chapter 17. So if there's stuff in chapter 16 that you want to go through, we can do that first.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me see what I even have. Oh, first of all, page 139, top of it, where Alice is like, it's none of your concern. That pissed me off. That irritated me because later she literally, does she not say, if only you would have tried harder. If only you would have figured out the curse, you stupid human.
Right? Like, I don't.
You literally told me to shut up about it and stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
Because, even if you can't say anything about it, then just don't say anything. Don't turn me off the path by being like, don't worry about it. That doesn't make sense.
I also had, with her little thing with Farah, I had highlighted when she was talking about her nieces and nephews and whatever they are. She says, they're so rare. All our young are. More precious. Yeah. But, all the High Lords had siblings.
That is a good point.
The Autumn Court, Lucian's one of 7.
Is it? That's so weird.
Tamlin had 2 brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are they so rare? And it says more precious to us than jewels or gold. But it seems like they're not that freaking rare.
Yeah. Also, I want to say hi, Jaylee. Jaylee just finished her book that I get to read. I'm so excited. So congratulations to Jaylee because she just finished writing her book.
Congrats. That's so exciting.
I know. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But what I thought was also it says at the very top of 140, it says, at the rarely able to reproduce younglings, we all had a shock when my sister conceived the second one only 5 years later, which is the same exact thing for Celine and Helena. They had 2 children within a span of 5 years, which was a weird thing because the dad, Fionn, was super old and shouldn't have been able to procreate because he's so old. And they also had kids. I just feel like it kind of leans heavily into Fion's probably not their daddy. I don't know if you feel that way, but I don't know, but I think it's weird that they both had this like. It's shocking here, but they don't say anything about it being shocking when they mention Insuline's story. Oh, by the way, did you see Di's drawing of Celine?
No.
She did a drawing. She's like redoing the carvings from the tunnels, and she's like doing a drawing of Celine. It's beautiful. It's in her stories.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go work when we're done with this tonight. Yes, we finished Cassidy City. We finished all of the series. So just forewarning for everyone here, there will likely be spoilers for all 3 series for ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, and Crescent City, like all the way through. There may or may not be, but we'll try to give a little warning if there's going to be a spoiler, so you can plug the EOS.
Yeah.
Yes. It is interesting that Autumn shows up there too, which I feel like just feeds into the like world walking and time travel, and
Yeah.
I think the world walking is actually time traveling. I like the more that I'm diving into this paradox, I think it's all the same world. I think it's just time travel.
I think so too, especially with obviously like the maps not being. I think it's like a matter of it's just probably a matter of them not knowing what's beyond their land. I mean, we did that here on our planet. We didn't know what was beyond. I think that they probably in the cutoff spirit of cutoff maps. I think there's probably some importance for that. Oh yeah. Also, the bottom of 140, we get that the Naga are hell sent, capital hell. Capital H on hell. Obviously, we figured that, but they have black blood. I just feel like it links the like Valgy Helly. I don't have any like skin in that game yet because I feel like Valg is just maybe a layer of hell. But I just thought that was interesting that it says, well, you still look lovely regardless of your capital hell sent afternoon. When I started CP, I really thought it was ACOTAR. I think I did too.
Hell is spelled with one or with 2 L's. Though.
Yeah, I know, but they say like hell, whatever, and it's always lowercase. My point is just in their world, they're referring to like their version of capital hell.
Yeah.
Whatever the different spelling is, it's like another one. It's like the other world or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially with the Midgard worm. The Midgard worm came from Midgard. Yeah, that was super weird. And it's hellish. It's like you said, everything is just like in the middle, the little labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why the sound is doing that.
Oh, I'm not plugged in anymore, so I don't know.
No, I'm not plugged in either, so. I wonder if it's.
She's. Pause.
That helps.
It just came back, but I think it went away. Barely. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Oh, it's fine. It went away.
Okay, good. I think it's my internet. My internet has been terrible here lately.
Maybe it just happens with Guess. She goes live every night. I trust you, Julie. Maybe it's me.
Let's see. I feel like I didn't have I was mostly just highlighting stuff that I was like, oh, this seems. I don't know. I wasn't doing too hot in chapter 16, I guess.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I like when she, finds out that fairies can lie.
Oh yeah, I have that too. More, yeah, just repetitive stuff. She does the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Oh, I did have highlighted, and I don't know what page because I'm on my Kindle, but it's when she's it says, I look to Tamlin. At the bottom of that paragraph, she says, Tamlin was exactly as those fanatic, half-eyed children of the blessed had depicted the bounties and comforts of Prythian. Do you think he was interacting with them? Because that's order.
And we know that he doesn't want to hurt them. And if he's probably interacted, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Sense.
Been protecting.
That's weird feedback from multiple audios. That's weird. It's annoying. Especially because when there was like some decent conversation with IMB, she was like connected with the Chosen of the Blessed. So it's likely that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know why. Like, why would it even be like who sacrificed virgins and slaughtered humans? Like, why? We don't hear anything else about that. I just feel like that's why even say that they sacrifice virgins. Did they say that ever again?
Was that Lucan? I think he's just being a smartass.
No, it was in the same exact paragraph.
Oh, when she was
the legend who had sacrificed virgins and slaughtered humans. Like, hey, why even say that?
Yeah, you're like a wives' tale.
It's been like a week since I read this chapter. I have like things, but they're just like parts about them being sweet together.
Yeah, I have like that he brings up, you actually snared the surreal. And the only thing I was like, because it says the surreal. And I don't know if I'm like reading too into that. Is it like the surreal or just like a surreal?
That's true. That's a good point. And Alice was like, you're lucky he was in a benevolent mood. Why do they like know the surreal mood? Like, you know, they're kind of like they're familiar with this thing. It's very weird.
Right. Like, and then she was like, she's like scolding her, but then she's like, well, you should have just asked me because all you needed to do was offer it a new robe. And it's like, you're just yelling at me not going to see one. So why would I ask you in the first place?
What's so weird to me on 144 is that she says 500 years ago, or Tamlin says 500 years ago, enough fairies were friends with mortals. Oh wait, is this Tamlin? I don't know who's talking. It's not Farah. 500 years ago, enough fairies were friends with mortals that they went to war on their behalf. And she goes, what? I'd never heard that before. But you know about the treaty, and you know that the treaty is what stopped the fighting. What do you mean?
Well, I'm guessing what I took that as is like this is typical Reread, not asking questions. She was like, yeah, of course humans are strong enough to fight against the Fae and win and come up with a treaty. Like, girl!
That's so... Oh wait, Jaylee said, wasn't he always called the surreal? I think that I thought it was supposed to be like the surreal, like the Naga, like a species. But...
yeah, that's how I thought too. But
I have no idea. I know a lot of people think it's counts. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a species, but maybe it's like the same one keeps showing up.
Bro, it sounds like other people are talking in this live. Do you feel like that?
Wait, it kind of does.
What is happening?
Let me... Is it super bad for everybody else? It does sound like that. Hey, I'm gonna hang. You end my live. End me. End me.
No, hold on. You want me to try my microphone? End me.
There's a ghost.
I don't get it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go quiet for a second, probably. Oh, shh. I don't have that. Never mind, I'm not going to say that. I don't have that on. What if it turns that Rashan just makes it one serial so Farah stops looking for answers? Like, you mean he changes it in her mind? Or... okay, I'm gonna... can you hear?
I had to mute myself. One of us had, like she said, it's like feedback somewhere. It's so weird. If it gets bad, I'll just mute it again. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. That's so weird.
I don't like that.
Anyway. I was waiting for me.
We're trying to get through. Sorry, you guys, if we're trying to get to 17 because I want to hear about her fairy stuff. Did I interrupt you?
No, you're fine. Missy says that Rhysand makes her think it's only one, and then that one dies. Okay. Hi, Guy. I don't know, because that's what I wanted to pay attention to this time around in my reread is like, because Books and Candy has talked about it, about how the Suriel acts differently in each interaction. Or I don't know if every single interaction, but one of them it acts differently. So it's like, could it be just another of the species?
Yeah, I remember she said that 2 times it's clicking, it's tapping its fingers, and 1 time it's not at all, I think. So that was like what she was doing. It was the tapping. That's what I remember. Or not, that's not the only thing. That's one of the things I saw she was comparing. So I definitely agree that the second one is Rhys.
I mean,
While he's like,
I saw Rhys all over, and not in 16, but like 17 on. I feel like I start seeing Rhys everywhere.
Oh yeah. I'm remembering now. Okay. Just trying to make sure I'm not thinking of anything. I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, I just have like stuff highlighted, basically like I rolled a Farah. I wasn't sure if I'd do the same. My priorities would be to protect my family, and I would have picked whatever side could keep them safest. I hadn't thought it was a weakness until now. She still does the same thing. Like in the future, she does the same thing. She picks Rhys, like literally over all of Prythian. And she doesn't even see that that's what she's doing. Like she is, I mean, I can't say I would do any different, but
I mean, yeah, same with like Tamlin, who I love that he does that. And wait, remind me, because Tamlin ends up going and like taking her back home. They're kind of like, he's doing it in a slight way too, but like you said, I don't know if I would do any different, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like my family, I would,
right.
It was my family, it was my kids and my husband, or I would,
I think what bugs me is she like slights everyone else for not putting Prythian first. She's like,
oh, she's very she's like elitist, but doesn't own it.
mm-hmm.
We don't like that. We don't like that. At least own it if you're snobby. I thought it was interesting that he had the gallery closed off. Was that where his dad? Did his dad get killed in their manor? I can't remember. Maybe someone else can. Because when we hear the story from Rhys about whatever, and he's like at the doorway of some place when they both become High Lord at the same time. Oh, Missy, I want to come back to your comment. But Missy, do you know if where Tamlin's dad gets killed? Because he blocks it off. I just thought that was interesting. It was reminding me of the Beauty and the Beast, like the wing that she can't go down.
Yeah, it kind of makes me tingle about like Rhys's sister. Like if he had a thing with Rhys's sister, was she an artist? Like where did the art come from? Like he can't bear that anymore.
But yes, because he says it's been a long time since someone has used these and enjoyed these. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely like his connection there. Well, not definitely, but that makes a lot of sense. Hi, Minnie.
Hi, Minnie.
That makes so much sense. That's a good idea. Okay, again, at the bottom, she's like, the one selected for this gallery had to be beyond my human imaginings, which is just like, it's like the Erd connection to fate. There's like another mention of it in here, but she just can't, it's like her mortal mind can't wrap her head around it, which is what the quote was about Erd. Mortals cannot wrap their mind around an image of Erd or word or creation or the mother.
Yeah.
So, I think that's represented here by this like otherworldly room with these paintings of the history of Prythian. I think that's really interesting.
Okay.
Right, I'm in 16.
I don't have anything else for 16.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, I'm in 17. Oh wait, sorry. Missy said The second one is tall and muscled. Is that true? Is that true?
Who?
The second surreal?
Really? Shut up.
You have to find that out because that's funny. I always wondered. I'm not trying to move on, but that's so funny. We have to figure that out. I always wondered if the art was Tamlin's and maybe the blight made him lose the artistic desire.
That's interesting.
How fast he was able to understand it. Wait, like her art? Or the paintings?
Yeah, if they were Tamlin, if Tamlin was the artist. I don't know. I feel like I don't see him giving any. Maybe. But he also speaks very highly of his mother. Like, what if it was his mom who was the artist? Like, who did that giant mural in the library?
I was going to say something here, I just forgot.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll get to it, I'm sure.
Okay.
So we get into her. Hi. We get into her nightmares, which I think is interesting because the first night she's here, we talked about she had a nightmare. She has nightmares all the time. We obviously know Reese is in the dream. What I thought was interesting is you know how everyone's like, Tamlin wasn't there for her nightmare when she comes back. It's like Reese was doing that to make Tamlin seem uninvested. Was he exacerbating her nightmares? Because I never, obviously at the time, I didn't think about that.
The Prince of Nightmares.
Yeah, looking back, that she has been dreaming horribly this whole time. It wasn't just after her trauma.
That's why I think Reese had his hand in this, back in Mama Archeron days, because he now is everywhere. And okay, I also had obviously highlighted that very first paragraph: a pale, faceless woman dragging her blood-red nails across my throat, splitting me open bit by bit. She kept asking for my name, but every time I tried to speak, my blood bubbled out of the shallow wounds on my neck, choking me. It's also kind of giving Maeve, though.
That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote.
When she was in the dreams,
I know, and there's more that connects to that. Obviously, we're gonna get to it, but
it made me think okay, I think we're supposed to think, oh, she's foresight Amarantha, right? What if this is a foresight of her future? If she is,
that's what I was thinking. Because oh my god, literally, she kept asking for my name is so weird. Because obviously, like you said, we're supposed to be like, oh, it's Amarantha. She knows nothing. We're made to think she hears of her through Rhysand, through chapter 20, when he goes and he sees her, and then he goes back and he reports whatever, and then he gets a big game. We're made to seem like that's when she knows someone's here. Why would, obviously, Amarantha, if she works like these other people who hear through the wind, it would make sense that she could already know that she's there, especially because she loves Tamlin. Amarantha loves Tamlin. Mm-hmm. So she probably does have her eyes on him already. But I also think that Amarantha is a fragmented version. It's a re-representation of Maeve. There's more fragmented, just in the way that your timeline theory kind of works. These people can be in more than one place almost.
Yes.
Doing fragmented versions of these same things. She replicates, not only tries to emulate Daglin and Asteri with her gold and the black velvet pillows, is what Thea took the dread trove off of. So it's she's trying to emulate this Daglin and Asteri, and this later when it's the roses turned purple in the silver moonlight, Maeve.
Yeah. And then I can't remember who it is. Someone has been doing a comparison of Amarantha and Sarah about how they're neighbors of each other.
Mm-hmm. She calls herself the liar deceiver, which is what Amarantha is called.
Yes. Wait, Minnie
yeah. Oh, wait, Missy came back too and said, surreal rose to its full height, towering above me, even across the clearing. It was muscle.
Okay, so this is not the same surreal.
That's proof. Proof. Okay, check. That's off the list. Thank you for proving that, Missy.
I'm done.
Accepted. It's been approved. Okay, I'm proud of cooking nothing. I love when she starts like that. But when Baylor first comes to Cookie and Tom puts her to sleep after snarling, she had an altercation with Sam. So, like, you think that Tamlin, like, knocked her out so that she wouldn't see that and maybe he wouldn't be, like, getting in her brain? I don't know. What do you think?
I thought it was more so that she couldn't find her way home. Like, he was like, I'm gonna knock her out so she can't see how we're getting here.
Oh, yeah. And she's pissing me off. He growled. He was like, stop fucking talking to me.
Yeah, like,
He literally growled because she thought, I'm going to ask him what his name is. And he growls at her. And then he puts her to sleep for 2 days with his invisible hands.
he put me to sleep for 2 days.
It almost feels like Amarantha is copying me. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And Vespers. I mean, they're all just living replications of each other. She wants to be a guy so bad. Man, I cannot stand Amarantha. Yeah. Ew. I like a good villain. Like, even Vespers was more fun. Like, leaned more Maeve. She was so funny. I love a funny villain. Amarantha just sucks. Fun sucker. Don't like it.
Okay, so talking about this and Maeve and the crossover is leading into my theory, which happens in this chapter. So if you want to dive into it, we can.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is a chapter for everyone who's following along. This is the chapter where the summer court fairy shows up and his wings have been ripped off. Okay. And he says my wings many times, but he specifically says she took my wings 7 times.
I literally wrote that too. That was so weird.
I was like, I need to start paying attention to the repeats. So if you hadn't seen my video, I'll just go through it.
I love it. I watched it on repeat before we came on.
So here are all of the things that involve 7 that we know of that are like obvious. Like there might be things that we don't know. Okay, so right off the bat, we have 7 courts of Prythian, which has 7 high lords. We also find out either in the next chapter or the chapter after that there are 7 brothers of the Autumn Court, or there was. Cassian and Azriel both have 7 siphons. There are 7 levels to the library in Valaris at the House of Winds, which is, I think, supposed to mirror the 7 levels of hell, which leads us to the 7 princes of hell. That also coincide with the 7 gates of Lunathian, the 7 city heads, and the 7 Assyri.
Yes, and I think are there 7 kingdoms? And are there 7 fairy kingdoms in ACOTAR outside of Prythian? Maybe not. I might be wrong. I was trying to think of more. 7 by 7 floors. The 7 by 7 Ashwood floors. You said the gates. I'm sure there's so many. I love it. Wait, Annie said, there's something with maybe. Oh yeah. What?
I don't know. There was like a big. Did everyone else hear that sound? Okay. So obviously I looked up what 7 is in numerology, which it means like spirituality and like a bunch of other stuff. But what it led me to was what is it? The
sacred geometry.
Yeah, sacred geometry. Which hold on. Sorry. I should have came prepared. So essentially, my first theory was the bootstrap theory. And I just used 3 because I was like, oh, we have 3 storylines. So I'm like, okay, we have Throne of Glass, Crescent City, ACOTAR. Well, essentially what this 7 sacred geometry symbols is, it's 7 circles. So I think it's 6 intertwining and 1 around. I don't know. Missy so kindly put together a visual for us, but she also included the map, all the maps. So like right in the middle could be hell or some kind of in between. Okay, so the bootstrap theory. I'm going to explain this because it's a little confusing. Bootstrap paradox, sorry, not theory. Those are different things. Okay, a bootstrap paradox is a time travel paradox where an object or piece of information gets stuck in an infinite causal loop with no discernible origin. It is a type of paradox where an effect becomes its own cause, leading to a situation where something seemingly exists without ever being created. Which I feel like we see so many of that with these characters, right? Like, where the hell did they come from? And we have these like world walkers. So I thought of this from the show Dark on Netflix. So good if you haven't watched it. But the best analogy I have from that show to kind of describe this is there's still a linear timeline, like how we view time as human beings. Like, it still, progresses in a linear fashion. But they time travel to where they're so intertwined in all of these different timelines that they can't exist without the other. So there's a character, and sorry if this spoils part of the show for you, but I don't know how else to describe this. There's a character who is actually her own mother.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Which, like, off the top of my head how that worked, because I was like, there's no way they're going to pull this off. And then they pulled it off, and I was like, holy shit. And it makes me think of Brannon.
Yes, that's exactly what I think. Yeah.
They're like, Brannon is named after an ancestor. No, I think he is Brannon.
I know. I think she names him for her son's own legacy. Like, she just hears it through the grapevine. Not only does it not make sense for their lineage, but he just goes back. It's like everything else is moving forward, but he's cycling back. It's also called a Mobius strip, where it's just something causes the timeline to flip on its axis and just keeps going back and forth. And he ends up, I could do the whole thing. I could do the whole spiel, but I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
And it was so funny that you came up with that, because the comment was like we are aligned. The comment was like, and your theories are the same. Like, they support each other. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm. And it also supports, because everyone was like, well, Aelin fell down through time, but Bryce shot across. Well, if you have this, it doesn't matter which way you go through every single one. It doesn't matter, because they're not actually like linearly stacked on top of each other. They're just all intersecting at all of these.
And Aelin stood in a doorway with like what I imagine is like doors, like the portal.
Yeah.
Like the portal underneath the castle where it was like doors, like a doorway with like a bunch of doors. Yeah. I just feel like that's probably like all of the openings that she was seeing, different than Bryce, who's kind of going one toward one over. Mm-hmm. Which is interesting, because I wonder if the Northern Rift then is just like how he was saying, it's hell in the center, and that's sort of like what connects all of them, because that's like what birthed the universe from the void. That's like where, from chaos.
There's Missy's diagram. I love that she added the maps too. Like, I would have never thought to do that. Obviously, I don't know where Lunathian fits in. So that's Prithian. So this
She has a really good map on her page too, I think, if you want to see another one. She connected them pretty good on her page. It's similar, like in the same thing.
Overlapped them.
Yeah, she did a really good job. Which is funny, because I think that Windhaven in Ramiel is a direct portal to Windhaven. Die.
I know.
That goes off in the comments. We were talking about how, if you can comment it if you want. I don't want to, we were both going back and forth, Di and I, about how, like, maybe the Vald it's like such a long thing. Just like maybe mistaking which Windhaven they were stepping through, because we know Windhaven is in the Daggle Fells. The part that you were saying is that when Aelin was falling through the world, I believe this is where you started with it. She said she was almost home or close to home. I think that's what you started off with, right, Di? So basically, when she was falling through and she sees Rhysand, she's like, I'm almost home.
Yeah.
Which was like that it was close.
She could smell it. She said she could smell it.
And so basically we were kind of talking back and forth about how the Daggle Fells, like, do Windhaven portals connect? And if that's the case, maybe it's like I'm close to home because the portals connect to each other. Their worlds are close to each other. We had so much more back and forth in the comments, but that was the gist of it. You know,
I know.
I love it so much.
That's the gist of that, and I felt like, I mean,
I think I agree, Samantha. Sorry.
There are more 7s throughout, I'm sure, but I was like, I never think to like count those sayings, and I'm like, okay, I'm consciously going to start doing this. When I see something mentioned more than twice, I'm going to start counting how many times it's like repeated.
Oh yeah. It's so funny. I literally wrote it in the book too. I was like, what? Also, black stump. What do we know that has black wings? That's not a Lyrian or a bad adder.
Yeah.
And they're from the summer court, right?
Also, she's pissing me off with like, there's like a trauma happening, and she's like, I'll never be able to paint these velvety black stumps. Like, girl!
Oh,
what's wrong with you?
She's my canvases were here.
Like, she makes it like that is such a maze that she was like, she's feeding off of it. She's literally getting joy out of this. Not outwardly, but it's like she's finding some kind of weird, gross, like morbid joy.
Yeah, I agree. She really is. This is for her art. It's for her art, Megan.
Yeah.
Okay, you said the 3 realms are also really celestially themed. Throne of Glass is sun, ACOTAR stars, CC moon. So true. Which kind of gives into Bryaxis's like bargain. I want the sun, the moon, and the stars. Which is why I always think that maybe she was Thea, like after Thea dies, because she resides in like the hell part of the library, and she wants to like live forever with Adish. So I always wonder if she went to hell and became Bryaxis, who in mythology has Selene, Eos, and Helios, which are the sun, the moon, and the dawn star. So I'm always like, is that Thea?
Ooh,
but
I thought of that.
Sun, stars, and moon. And a lot of people, like obviously Georgina and so many people, trying to think, have talked about, I'm sure Missy and Daiju, have talked about how there's like Mala. Oh yeah, Missy just posted about this. Mala. Oh girl, that thing, I can't even repeat that thing. That was so deep. If she's still in here, I know she is. Tell us about your, if you want, you can tell us about your Helena equals, who was it? Helena equals Mala equals somebody else. I can't remember.
I don't know if I've seen that one yet. That wasn't the one she posted last night with the map?
It might have been this morning.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that one yet, but
I'll send it to you. I think it's in my, it might be in my stories. Yeah, black, like black blood.
Yeah. Well, no, she says, I thought she said gold.
It says black ooze. Oh, hello. No, that was my fault. I'm literally reading the wrong word. Blood ooze from the black velvety stumps. My bad, dog.
Yeah, later she says something about his like skin, like iridescent.
Yeah. You're right.
Gold.
His skin shimmer veins of pure gold, iridescent, like a blue butterfly. What is that? What kind of creature is that? And they say he's from the summer.
Right. It's giving night court to me, but I don't know. I don't live there.
Yeah, and he's just a chill guy. I said, what the fuck kind of face is this? Literally what I wrote on my tab.
I also highlighted down below when he's talking to Lucian. Like, I feel like we overlook, or at least I did overlook Lucian's trauma. Because by the time we get to Silver Flames, he's like fucked up. And it's like, where did that come from? No. It didn't come out of nowhere. Like, it's been here this whole time. Yeah. But Sailor just ignores it because it's not about her.
Yeah. She does, like, pity him, but then she's like, he doesn't want me to pity him.
Yeah, how do you know?
Empathy. It's called empathy.
Right.
It's not
she doesn't know. Okay.
Mala, Helena, and Aelin are all the sun. Deanna, Selena, Nesta, Thea, Bryce. And then we have Silva and Irene. Yeah, it's so cool. You should see her slides. She she goes, you know, her little spirals where she just like, and this, and this. And you're like, I told her, sit in the corner. Sit in the corner for doing dark magic.
I love it. I'm literally
okay.
Oh yeah, okay. So here's maybe where you're getting the black blood is on like the next page. She talks about his hair, or well, no, that's not blood. She's talking about his stroking his limp hair, and it's the texture of liquid night.
Yeah, I have that too. Liquid night. That's somewhere else.
That's not.
It's written somewhere else too. Liquid night. I have to search in my Kindle. I made a note to search.
I can search.
Also, I would never be able to paint. Like, shut up. Oh yeah, he has onyx hair. I said something, but I can't. Oh yeah, wait. The nameless she who haunted their lives was on the page before that. Amarantha's nameless. That's weird. Why would they call her that?
It's used to describe Amren's hair. The liquid night. This is in Wings of Ruin.
Yeah, it's in I feel like they say it a couple times, so we gotta find all this.
Here it says Reese's voice like liquid night.
Does it say black? I know hers says unnatural, so dark it absorbs all light. I didn't remember her saying liquid night, but I might be wrong.
And then there's another reference in Wings of Ruin. Oh wait, this might be Silver Flame. The Maasverse. Still she drifted in liquid night. That's about the map. But okay, so it's referenced 3 times. Once with once with this fairy, once with Amren's hair, another with Reese's voice, and another with the mask from the Dread Trove. So that's a nice thing. Like he's not from Summer. He can't be.
Well, wait, the mask. You said what was it again? Say the things.
It was Amren's hair.
Missy said Vesper's hair also.
Reese's voice, slithered like liquid night, and then when Nesta is somewhere, it says she drifted in liquid night. The mask she was what is she doing right here?
Oh, in the bog. Or is it a dream?
Where is it? She's talking to Reese.
What chapter is it?
It's 31, but I don't know which book because the stupid Kindle 5-in-1 gets stupid. Okay, it's in Silver Flames in chapter 31.
It must be when she's showing Reese her mind of what happened with the Kelpie. If Reese is there.
Oh, she's scrying. It's when she's scrying. She's crying.
And what is oh yeah, I remember.
Okay. And then it's like she's got these things repeating in her head. No harm, no harm, no harm. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so she's crying and she's asking, she said, the mask, she whispered, casting her mind into the eternity. Where is the mask of the Dread Trove? Still she drifted in liquid night.
Oh, that's so weird. And that's like the in-between, I think, kind of ish. Because she's crying. Oh, but then she gets very cold. She like freezes over. Her mouth turns to ice, which is hell-coated. Same for when she went into the bog and the cauldron. So I wonder if it's like, I wonder if all these aspects are not the effect of the underworld or hell on the land.
Yeah.
And now it's like tainted the cauldron because the cauldron we know is like warm. Yeah, I don't know if it's warm, but it's like golden light, which Feyre falls through when she makes the drop, seeing for Bryce. But when Nesta and Elaine go into the cauldron, it's cold. It's not like warm and golden. So that is more representative of like the tainted cauldron, similar to the bog. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. One is like post Daglin taint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Weird. Let's see.
Oh, I also have when she's like, telling him you're gonna get your wings back, and she says the first false vow I'd ever sworn.
Yeah.
Really?
They're very heavy on their vows.
Like
Promise, pinky promise. Yeah, she was super serious about that.
Like
She's never broken a vow.
I beg to differ, Feyre, but maybe not. Maybe this is like the floodgates of her opening to lying.
Yeah, and I think really quick too when Tamlin's doing like the little prayer and he says, "Mother, hold you pass through the gates and smell that immortal wind of milk and honey. Fear no evil, fear no pain, feel no pain." That kind of made me think. Obviously, we know that like Valg are very pain coded. They really live in that. It's almost like it's the opposite. He's talking heaven.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think again, it sort of links that the opposite of that. The Valgish are like helly. Even though I don't personally think the princes of hell are like equal to the Valg. I think it's an aspect of the underworld, likely, but I do think that we can't ignore. One couldn't ignore that this is talking about like the opposite of heaven is pain, which is Valg.
Mm-hmm. And we start to see Valg imagery, through these chapters. I don't really have much aside from I had highlighted. It's like at the very end of the chapter, and he asks her like, why would you hold his hand? And she says, because I wouldn't want to die alone, because I want someone to hold my hand until the end and a while after that. That's something everyone deserves, human or fairy. And fairy. And that's exactly what Tamlin does when Amaranth, like when she dies.
Wait, what when she dies?
Like when she dies at the end of the book.
Oh,
Miranda kills her. That's what Tamlin is holding her. Like he's holding her.
I did not catch that.
She's like, that's what I would want. Someone to hold me a while after I died. And he does, and then obviously she comes back, but like he's like not letting her die alone. And then everyone wants to be like, oh, Rhys saved her. Rhys did this. It's like, no, bitch. Tamlin saved her. Tamlin saved her. Tamlin killed Amy. Tam did all of it. Rhys just swooped in after and pretended he did everything.
He pulled his thread.
Like,
could we have witnessed a sacrifice of a Fae by someone else? Even Amon both took human forms. Could we have witnessed the Fae is found on the border of spin and summer? Could that be a portal intersection? With like a crossover of your map maybe. Oh yeah, and someone said earlier, was it you, Samantha, that maybe the crossovers are thin places.
Mm-hmm. Or they could be, what do they call it? Like ley lines. Like where...
No, Missy, he's being held back. I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't even think he's being held back. Didn't he just like fall to the ground?
I'm pretty sure Cassian was holding him back because he was like freaking out because she was like getting ready to die.
I'm like feeling like a Reese hater right now. Feeling such a Reese hater vibe. I'm like, what?
That's okay.
We haven't even met him yet.
What did you just ask though about? We were talking about a thin place.
Me?
Yeah, I thought you said something. I thought you asked.
Or it could be like a ley line, like where like magic is strong.
That's a really good point.
I'm trying to look on one of Missy's maps.
Wait, and that would all make sense. The crossovers of the worlds being ley lines. Oh my gosh, that makes sense because the crossovers of the ley lines are where
on her map. Wait,
are where like they store the most magic. Are where the magic is heaviest, which is why the Asteri choose those places. And it says that there not only are ley lines in your world, there are ley lines that connect above all of our worlds, that connect them to each other, which is why the Asteri and Daglin are drawn to certain places. Which is why I was thinking they're like invading this orbit of like an ecosystem, which is why hell is like, get the fuck out, because these are our souls that you're consuming. And they're like stuck in this cycle of these worlds because they're all connected in this ley line system that you have. That's why they're going together. It's so bright. This thing is so bright. The summer phase victim is nameless and fishy. I agree. Blue with glittery iridescent veins and black wings.
Right? Like, do we ever see blue fae ever anywhere else? I'm gonna do that.
Crystal of Valor. Points as in, like, are you saying the three main points that they cross, or can I see what is she? Maybe just say, I'm gonna see the map. I don't have it right. Victim came from another world, and she is someone else.
Is that this? The triangles?
Ooh, oh. I'm really thinking about this, Samantha. I'm trying to think about two different things. Okay.
And then, like, here is the, like, where where spring meets the human, and she has it lined up where that line would go straight through the middle of all of these. So that could be, like, another line. It's your map.
I'm like studying this map. Sorry, you're having to hold it up. What's the bottom one?
I don't know. What's this one?
That looks like, why can I not? I'm like blinded now.
Okay, the triangle is no
map.
map.
Has to be through no glass, right?
Oh, this is the southern continent from Aurelia, or from Glass. This is Prithian, that's Highburn. That's the southern continent, so then this is Aurelia.
And then in the middle is Crescent City?
I don't know. Yeah, where's Crescent City, Missy?
Professor. It's the southern continent. She said southern. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a goofy gal. A goofy gal for me. That's so cool. I need to study that map. I'm gonna implant it in my brain. Crescent City is the southern continent. I know. I saw that Emily's theories. Which is interesting because I kind of feel like there are bits of Crescent City, like the Shadow Market, which overlap with the Meat Market, which is in the northern continent. Like, I think it's like the same place. Because the Meat Market is like old and destroyed and withered and poor and whatever, and the Shadow Market is thriving. And just how they're described, I remember highlighting it when I was reading that part, and I was like, these look like the same to me. But I have seen that theory, Missy, that Antica is Parthos because of some, like, description. So I do see that. I see some manifestation more like it could be anywhere. Yeah.
It's like, it's a city. I think all we got was a city.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nothing else showed up about blue fairies, I don't think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking forever. 18. Are you on 18?
It can be. Yeah.
Did you have more? I didn't really cut you off.
No, that was the end.
I love your theory. Claps for genius. She's a genius girl. You're so smart. I was so proud. I was like, I know her.
I was like crashing out, and then today, that theory that I posted today, I was like, "Oh my god!"
I know.
Like
I
it
wanted to listen
didn't,
to it so bad. I was like,
it didn't click until I did the numerology. That's what I was like voice noting earlier. I was like, I don't know, I found something that's not that interesting, and then I went and I was like, it's interesting.
I know, and I was like, I cannot listen. I'm literally running around like a chicken with my head cut off right now. I wonder if the bone quarter could be overlapped at the gate. It kind of has radiating wings overlaid with the gate. You mean like an archway, like a portal? No, you're so good. No,
Yeah,
you're so
we're gonna have to like go deeper into this.
Okay, wait. So on the bottom of 18, she's like, she's like, I'm just an amateur to Reese. When you first read, not to Reese, to Tamlin, when you first read this book, did you think she was like a bad artist? Like, I thought she was going to be someone who just liked to do it in her spare time, but like that she was going to be bad. Like, have you seen those things where people make fun of her paintings in the cottage and they're like, can you imagine if she's just doing stick figures?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, she's like embarrassed by her art, but it's like, girl, you were broke. Like, you don't even know how to read. Like, you didn't have art supplies. Like, of course. Oh, shoot.
And then she's like, but constantly she cannot stop with the color, the light, and the texture. The color, the light, the shape. She's like, I might have remained staring outward at that smear of color and light and texture. Had Tamlin not interrupted me. I thought you were an amateur, girl.
What's so funny is it literally she starts acting like this right at the end of chapter 16 when she asks him for paint, and now all of a sudden she's like seeing art everywhere. She's like, I have a hobby.
She's cracking me up. Okay. Oh, now we're getting into
everyone. Di, Missy, everyone who's contributed to my theories. Missy with the maps. Josh has got some maps too.
She thought I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, this girl must be bad. But then she's up there painting. They're like, just paint our centuries-old cabin.
Yeah. Do your words.
Oh, wow. She drives me crazy a little bit. A little odd bit. Okay. After the little thing, Blibby in the middle here. Oh, this is when we get into Maeve's vision. Maeve's vigie. So, there's so much juice, I feel like, when they go on their little thing. But did you have stuff? Because I know I'm sliding.
At the beginning, I just have like, she's thinking about this stay with him. He will keep me safe. Things will get better. I want to know about, okay, so he's like, your supplies won't arrive until tomorrow and the gallery's being cleaned and my meeting was postponed. What meeting? What are you meeting about? What's that?
I know that my meeting was postponed.
Like, is he, I mean, I know he's trying to spend time with her because obviously he's got to break the curse or whatever, but like, what meeting?
Yeah, what meeting? Because all you do all day is kill beasts.
And like, what's the
no one lives here, so.
Ellipses, like my.
Dot. It's gonna be Mamma Mia. Dot.
My meeting was postponed.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I love this. There were
like, was he rambling? Us all day, just rambling.
Literally, we're chatting on like 5 different communications all day long. So funny.
I was dying whenever you were like laughing at me sending you a voice note while I'm like in the back room at work. You're like, oh, that's my hairstylist too.
Literally, I'll be out like getting my hair, waiting for my hair to be done. I'm like, what are they doing back there? She's back there. I need to go shampoo my client. I'll talk to you later. That's what they do. They voice out their friends. Mm-hmm. Sorry, we're blabbing. We are so bad about that. We never get riled up.
It's the best.
Okay, I know we're off topic. Okay. This is I love this part. There's so much juice here, even beyond the Maeve connection. Which, how fun. How fun. Hi, kitty.
Yeah.
I don't get a kitty. My husband's very allergic.
He is very rude. He's not a lap cat, but he loves attention.
Oh, I had a cat like that when I was little. Like the same color. I love it.
He's the only.
So cute.
Okay, sorry. Distracted.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just saying, there's so much. I'm like, oh, this ready. There's so much in this. There's so much info in this chapter.
Okay, where are you at?
I'm at the little. It's called something I learned recently. What's that thing called?
Blurred. I don't know.
A blurb.
Oh my god.
So you know that I was comparing, obviously, God's realmy stuff, even in like the most recent video. But even that first line, even if I had been able to paint it, nothing would have done it justice. And then it says, which I didn't mention in the video, as if the colors, lights, and patterns of the world had come together to form one perfect place, one true bit of beauty. I just thought that was just still otherworldly. She's still like, it's giving the chapter 81 from Hophass, where the Underking is like, where she says that no one could ever paint Erd because no one could ever get it right. They just couldn't even imagine it. I thought that was so cool. But you saw the video. I probably don't need to go through the whole thing about me, but I thought it was so crazy. It's giving me. She loves that emoji. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We were talking. Di and I were talking. I think Missy too about how. Okay, so Theon kind of gives Tamlin vibes, doesn't he? Like from your recollection, do you remember Theon? You were like these names. Theon is the one who goes with Thea, and he's like golden haired. He's fair haired, and like.
Oh, okay.
And that's why everyone's like, he doesn't really match up as like they're the parents for Selene and Helena because they look like Vespers, they look like Maeve, they look like Rhys. They don't look like two fair haired parents. And what's funny is that it kind of reminds me of Rhys. And it would make sense if Rhys stems from this like lineage of the once Fae King. You know, a lot of people, he has so much immense power, that would make sense. But a couple of us were talking about how, what if Maeve, this is a crackpot theory. What if Maeve's story is that she was Vespers? A couple of things go into that is like, Sarah J. Maas's first version of this, the Queen of Glass, Maeve was the Starborn Queen in that book. Now, obviously, we link Thea to Starborn, but what if her intention behind it was Vespers because they look exactly alike? And then in Crescent City, there are the 7 holy stars and the 7 Asteri. There are 3 holy stars over Ramiel.
Mm-hmm.
And so what if the 3 vowed kings were the 3 Asteri who represented the 3 holy stars over Ramiel, which is why when she says, Maeve, her story is, I had my own little kingdom, and I went to go to their kingdom where they have a great library.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
I like
And
talking that
he
too.
sits on the throne, and but we also, that was like the Vow King thing, but we were also talking about what if she loved Theon? And you know how, I don't know if you remember, because I don't know how long it's been since you were in the details of Crescent City. I'm sure you do, but it was like Thea's relationship with Theon was an affair. Why was it considered an affair if they were 2 peons in comparison to like the Dagon of the Asteri? Why would they even care? We were saying, what if Vespers loved Theon? And it's mimicked by like Maeve and Tamlin. Does that make sense? Like maybe they're not exactly connected, but they are versions of themselves. Maybe in your connected universe, but does Maeve recognize Prithian because she was Vespers? The storylines can match up. And then there's the connection between the Daggle Fells, Windhaven, and the Windhaven in the Night Court near Ramiel, which was where Theon's throne was. I know I'm spiraling, but this is Missy's forte. She loves a spiral. She loves to just haphazard.
Don't we also not know what our... There's a mountain... Do we know what's under all of the mountains in the Night Court? Or there's one that we don't... Because like in Throne of Glass, that's where they're like doing the like Valve stuff. Is like under a mountain or in a mountain.
Yeah, so the tomes in the south, the southern place, they basically are always doing it in an underground place, and not necessarily a mountain. But like one of them was the glass castle or the tower castle in Otterland, and then there was another place in the south where they were doing it basically where it was like the round tables where they were like tying people down to them.
Yeah.
There's like a couple recollections of inserting like the misty valve into their bodies. So I do think it makes sense to think that they were maybe doing some business down there. But yeah, I think Romuel's the only one that they haven't gone under. And didn't Eris say something? Oh, well, yeah, Morath. Hello. You were right about. I was thinking the book. Sorry. You were right about Morath, though. But that was like implanting into witches, right? Which was so weird. What were they trying to make? I wanted to know.
Other stuff there.
Yeah, I wanted to know what the hell they were trying to make. And why is the like riddle that like Morath is like unkind to young men or men? Does anyone remember that? There's the riddle for where Brandon hid the keys is like he hid one in the crown for whom he loved best. He hid the second, yada yada, don't know. And then the third one is like, or no, the third one was in a place he could never tell. But the second one was talking about Morath, and I'm pretty sure it's referencing like a mountain or a place where like young men wouldn't fare well or something. Which I thought I think there was some unanswered things about Morath. Are you looking? Are you finding it? I got a little excited there about that. But yeah, Tamlin, while you're looking at that, Tamlin and Lucian like whispering behind her. Never heard screaming females on altars.
I'll have to look for it. I think right there, but okay, sorry. Let's keep going, I guess.
Yeah, when was that, Missy? Yeah, so they're going through their little thing. He lays out the purple blanket. So weird, not a color of their fort to lay out a random purple blanket. They're whispering. He's like, sit down, sit right here. What is this place? Oh, it's just a glen.
Yeah, I have that too. Just a glen.
No worries. No biggie. And then it's like, and then she says, what? I'd forgotten his question. Why? You freak as okay. I love when they tip their head back with laughter. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it so much. Okay. So the towering trees, this is the glen from Maeve's vision that she puts in Aylin's mind. And I think this is again referenced in the end of KOA when Feyre opens the portals. Feyre opens the portals that she lets the wolves through. And when she sees through it, she says that she recognizes, she sees a forest glen with a tree with ancient trees, so ancient they were older than oak walls. And that it was like a clearing underneath this like moonlit old towering trees. And then what comes through? The giant silvery wolves. Her BFF is a wolf. If it was a normal wolf, she wouldn't say giant. And it's giving, we know, obviously there are silvery wolves in Crescent City too, but that's how she describes Andres and Tamlin are both silvery giant wolves. Well, I guess he's not really a wolf, Tamlin. He's a lupine kind of.
But that's what she might have just called it.
Yeah, but so I think that that's so interesting that it's again referenced. Oh, so what made me think about that is she's talking about the portal that she's letting these people through are the hinterlands, which are the lands beyond Terrasen, which is just the north, which could just be the main continent under Prythian. There's like the main continent, which looks just like Europe on the map.
Yeah.
Women's Court are wolves. Oh yeah, we don't get any court. We don't get any court stuff like what each power was within the court. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm like wondering if the hinterlands, the reason that Maeve remembers it is maybe it's all one place, like you were saying, and it's just separated by time. That supports that even more. I agree.
That's what I think. I think it is, but I digress. I love that Feyre tells jokes.
Oh, that was so funny.
I literally laughed out loud. I forgot about that. He also said that you like being breathed, and if I'm a clever girl, I might frame you with trees.
That's a Bryce Quinlan joke. I appreciate Feyre for that. She gets points for that joke.
That was so good. I love that. Like Tamlin laughed, like you said, when he tips his head back and roars with laughter.
I love it. I love it so much. Every time someone tips their head back, I highlight it. It makes me happy.
And Lucian, I might die of surprise. You made a joke.
I love Lucy. I love that they're like a trio, like a happy little trio. I love them. I could tell that. So they're like getting to the water. I don't know if I'm skipping. Just let me know. I could tell it wasn't water, and she's like, "It looks like starlight." And he's like, "It is starlight." And she says, "That's impossible." And he says, "This is Prithian." So it's like, obviously, the grand scheme was like, "This is Prithian. Nothing is impossible," kind of really. But this is Prithian. Like, is this representative of Prithian as a whole? Like how the bog is like cauldrony. You know, is this representative of Prithian? Because when she gets in it, she literally starts forgetting her worries.
Yes.
She just forgets. He's like, if you drink it, you might forget, you know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, he tells her a couple times, get in. You want to get in? You want to know what it's like? And then, let's see. Okay, she says, what happens? I'm skipping Lucian really quick, but it says, what happens if I forget, or what happens if I drink the water? And he says, legend claims you'll be happy until your last breath, which is the Persephone and Hades, like, drink this and you'll forget all your worries.
That's what I heard too.
Well, we'll keep going because I don't want to go too far, but we'll come back to that. Did you want to mention anything about Lucian's story?
I just, I mean, not really, but just as far as like seeing his struggles, like I feel like I not overlooked it before, but I didn't like keep it in the back of my head. You know what I mean? But here's what it says: Lucian's the youngest of 7 brothers, and then he fell in love with a fairy whom his father considered grossly inappropriate. I don't know why I thought maybe I saw in a video somewhere that someone thought he fell in love with a human, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But yeah, it was just like not a high play.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's weird that just like the Cagney, I don't know how to say it, but from the southern continent, they also didn't pick the eldest. They picked whatever was like the best. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting that they kind of continue that that tradition over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then so then they talk about that, and then that's when Feyre's like, okay, actually, I will do a dip because that was dark.
Oh yeah, and he says, she's like, what would be enough to make you happy? So sweet. But then he says, what about the ringing of bluebells, which is an omen?
Yeah,
bad omen for fairies. It like angers fairies to ring bluebells.
Really?
Like the bluebells, like the flowers.
Oh.
Which I thought was so weird. A ribbon of sunshine, a garland of moonlight didn't really. I didn't make any connections immediately to that. Oh my gosh, lounging.
He is just like one of the girls.
Is it a boy? Is it a boy? Oh. Adis, hey. What's his name?
Moomba.
Was it?
Moomba.
Moomba, like Pumbaa, but with an M?
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
So cute.
He came with the name. I didn't name him, but.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. I had something else I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. So, the liquid. The liquid on 163, it's like, after she let herself indulge in the glimpse of his broad chest, it was like, tell me more, Thayer, tell me more.
Right.
He gave me a new spiral. I'm going to see if any of those have meaning. I forgot what I was talking about, or what she was talking about. Remind me.
Oh,
I forgot.
I have like when she's like also whatever, she was like, I could have sworn the gleam in his eyes turned hungry and feral.
Ooh. Ooh,
Like,
yes. Oh yeah, I have that too. I wrote "yowza" at the bottom of the page.
But it also made me think, okay, does she ever describe her like feeling with Reese in the future as feral?
I think so. I feel like if I also read a lot of dark romance, so that could
Because
be
it was
problematic.
giving like Rowan Aylin to me. Like,
Ooh, yeah. I love them.
eventually we do know that he bites her, which is like,
And that's in the vision. That's in the vision that Maeve puts out for Aelin, which is so funny.
mate.
Hi Tasha, it's me. He said. Okay, so the liquid was delightfully warm, and then not water, but something smoother, thicker, which is how she describes the drop. Something thick, and not oil, but something purer, thinner. Oh gosh, Farrah, get it freaking right. Thick or thin? Which one? Obviously. She's cracking me up. Like being wrapped in warm silk, the silvery substance. I thought that was so, how she described the drop. It's like the beginnings of the cauldron, how the cauldron is described when it's initially poured. It's pre-tainted cauldrons. Like the bog is Daglin. It's a representation of the cauldron post-Daglin. Because it's been like imbued with horrors. But the cauldron before it is warm and thick and effervescent.
Is this like what was poured into the void to make
The void? Yes, that's what was poured in. It was thick and warm. I don't know if it said warm, but it was like the effervescent, the gold.
Yeah.
And compared to Aelin's drop, it has the same exact. Like when Nesta goes in and she is made in the cauldron, everything's cold and dark and whatever. Everything's dark for Feyre, but it's warm and golden and still thick. So it's like they're both aspects of the cauldron, but one is like post messed with.
Yeah.
And I feel like where the bog is resemblance of the messed with cauldron, this starlight pool is like the heaven, the good, the OG cauldron.
The original, yeah, like untainted. Yeah.
Pure, besides others. Yeah.
Okay, I highlighted knowing how to swim seems like a viable ability, one that might someday mean a difference between life and death. Is that a foreshadowing? Have we seen her like in a life and death situation in water?
I wrote that too, and I wrote Bog, Nesta, Drop, Feyre. They both like do the swimming. They're both swimming to the surface, kicking for air
Right.
the whole time. So not like whereas Nesta literally is swimming in the bog.
Right.
But they both experience the swimming, the kicking, the fighting back against the darkness below. So I think it is significant of life and death. It's their death of their humanity.
Their drop, yeah.
And then he's like your kind of diction. She does have some sort of refinery to her because she can't read. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is her. Oh, so she's talking about her father, and she's in the water, which she's like, if you drink it, it makes all your worries. No, Tamlin, I think if you go in it, it makes all your worries go away. Okay? I hardly had to put the effort into it. The water was so warm, so light. Every ache in my body oozing away to nothing. And then she starts talking about her dad, and then she's like, I took my hair back in the water, clearing the memory of my father's face the day the news arrived at the sinking. She's just like, whatever, girl does not care. For like someone who plays the victim, she's really lapping this up right now. She's like forgetting everything.
But also I have like when he said, how did your father lose his fortune? And she's like, how do you know? I mean, he is observant, but again, I think they knew the Archons. Like, they knew them. Maybe not personally, but there's something about the family that the Fae know about.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I know, I don't really have much
Me either.
for the rest of that chapter.
So 19, I thought was, I didn't, yeah. Okay. Um, so the very last two words of the first paragraph, as if I would have cared about cobwebs or dust, that is like fate talk. Cobwebs, spinning of fate, dust is all resand. All of like the heavy hitters, they all are like picking the speck of dust. It's like this, it's like a symbol of hierarchy. So it's like the fate makers and fate, or like or like fate and the changers of fate. I just think that this is such a funny little little blippy. Everything's always funny to me. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But cobwebs, as if I would have cared about cobwebs or dust. How could you? It's fate. You can't change it. Sorry. Oh yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that where it says the smile faltered. It's been a long time since there was anyone here who appreciated these things. I like seeing them used again. And I just put Reese's sister question mark.
No heart. The next thing I had was when she's like looking at everything arranged to flow together seamlessly. Da, 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 da. She says, each a cry into the void of time that they had been here and existed.
I put that there too. What did you think about it?
It just made me think of like the void also.
Yeah.
But like,
oh yeah, in the middle, which is why I was thinking sort of the same thing. If we're going off of hell being in the middle, I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but the void, Apollyon's void, the Asteri go into the void at the end. They're just time traveling. That's why I'm like, I know they're going to come back. They're going into the void, and the void is just chaos, which is life and death. It's the beginning and the end. It's why the bone carver who is obsessed with life and death, is obsessed with beginnings and endings. And that's why I think he's so Prince of Hell coded, because they are obsessed with beginnings and endings, because they're the freaking princes of the underworld to me. She has so much. I saw your video. Was that your video about is she eternity or time? Because I was going to comment that I think she's time, which makes it even more true. Missy put a video and she said, is Feyre eternity or time? I think just equating her to mythology, because there's like goddesses that represent these things. And I think I got cut off actually by my kid. I don't think I got to finish watching that video. But when I highlighted this, I was thinking about your video, because she also, doesn't the harp call Nesta's sister?
oh, I can't remember.
I know the Book of Breathings calls Feyre's sister, but I was thinking if the harp calls Nesta's sister and the harp is time, it kind of goes with what you were saying. I just was linking that in. Missy, okay. Oh, right. Go ahead.
Yeah, right after she literally calls the paintings portals. A portal
Yes.
in the mind of a creature so unlike me, and yet I look at its work and understood and felt impaired. Literally, it's a portal.
We're on the same page. Literally right before that. The sentence right before that.
Same damn Bible verse.
Showcased colors I had not considered. These had a bend to the world. The brightest minds of our world found the way to bend the fabrics of worlds, to walk through them. This is like Dagony of stairs. This is like,
Wait,
bending the fabric. The reason that you see it differently.
thinking of Maeve. When Maeve describes how she learned to world walk, she taught herself by the old books and paintings. If Feyre is Maeve, in the gallery that no one has been to and no one has used, and there's a purple blanket and there's a purple tunic and there's a dark blue tunic, you're lying to me. You're lying to me. This is how she's learning about portal. She's literally calling it a freaking portal.
What's it? And like, I agree. But at the same time, obviously we could argue that like, she wasn't, unless she, well, I was gonna say, unless she doesn't know until later that she was born this great power, but Maeve knows that she's born a great power, that she was born a queen, that she was like sought for her powers, and that three kings were seeking her. So she tells the story like it's known. So I could argue that maybe it's like a reincarnation rather than her, or maybe it's like this living in a cycle where it's like just her kind of embodying this cycle of her life. But I do agree that it's like, that's why I'm like, was Maeve the sister, and that's why they're whispering, because it's like he's reliving this. He's reliving the experiences that he did with someone that he did love, maybe.
Yeah, I've also seen the theory of Elaine being Maeve.
I have seen that. I
kind of want to dive into a little bit because we don't know much about her. She's suspicious to me.
Yeah, I honestly, not to be, I just don't care about her. I honestly.
I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, and I think it's because obviously I'm like CC coded. Like I want to know what's going to go on with Nesta, and after CC, like what's going to happen, obviously with the connection. But I know there's some trickery going on with her. I have like different ideas about Maeve that are not Elaine coded. So, but I'm not. It's not to say I just don't know a lot of connections between her, except for like the faux sister. I could see how she sticks out as like the faux sister, and Maeve implanting herself in that way. I do see those connections. I do like that she's maybe like they're fragments of. Keep going. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, this comment that just came in. Maybe she means she was like reborn under the mountain. She came back with lots of power.
And yes, that's a good idea.
In 3, okay.
Wait a sec. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Do you remember when I said that Reese was like, when you were made, the mating bond snapped into effect? Was she made into, you know how people are saying like, was Nesta made into Deanna? Like, did Deanna, when the door flung open, did Deanna go into her body like she did with Aelin? So did Maeve inhabit, or did she get a semblance of Maeve's power when she was made? And is that why there's this is a side, this is separate from how people say like, are Maeve and Reese mates? I've heard that theory before. I always think that because Feyre's like my heart of darkness, the ichor leaking from my heart, similar to Maeve, and they're not mates. It doesn't click until she's made. What is she made into? And they say too, and Lantha says to Nesta, like, what fire is in your eyes? I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that name in so long. Like, he recognizes it. He's like, impossible. How are you who I think you are? So it almost seems like the gods are like inhabiting these bodies.
Yeah.
Much
he drug Maeve through the in-between. Because, yeah, that could be the time, like, when we think Maeve is dissipating, she's world walking at the same time that Feyre is doing her ascent.
I think that Maeve goes back to her form, and I think when I can't get into it because it's so long, but I definitely think that she's going back to her. I think the reason she doesn't die is that her core of her power is not in the form.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Lord Voldemort, like she's got like a Horcrux somewhere.
You know, someone said that on my video. Someone said that is Feyre a Horcrux. Would that make sense? I don't exactly know if that would make sense.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
haven't seen that one. Like, or isn't that like one of the last ones?
Speaking of 7, I'm pretty sure Voldemort has 7 Horcruxes. Not that that's like what. But anyway, Harry Potter is a Horcrux.
Yeah, I did look because I was trying to figure out. I didn't know about what that was, but
maybe there's some kind of familial line from Maeve or original Maeve and Feyre's family, and that's how she latched on.
I love thinking about Maeve. It makes me so happy.
He just said, wait, that still fits the Thea Vestide Maeve, and Reese Adis Orcus was her mate before.
I like it. I don't think Adis personally would be Orcus because I feel like he's supposed to be the worst one, right? And I love Adis. I love him. I would be sad.
I do think Orcus Reese though. Like I do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially since we know. Well, we don't know, but Death Incarnate and Erewhon not being as powerful or as ancient as Death Incarnate, but worse. I think that's so funny. But I do think the Rhysand Orcus, like Hades, I still get the vibe that you're throwing out there, which
What? Sorry.
It goes into my main theory that it's like everything is connected. It's so long I can't even. It will take so long. But I have to get it. I have to make a video about it.
My child is still awake.
Don't you love that?
I can hear her. That's why I came down here. I was like, hey, I don't want her to hear me.
Oh, is it me being loud?
No, it's not. She's just, you know, being a 3-year-old. And I've got my other child over here. He's side-eyeing me hard.
She said Hades is also Adis, which I didn't know. That's really cool.
Like as in lore, or just
I
like?
think she's like saying mythology. Yeah, because she's posted about them, about Hades, Orcus, and Lucan. I didn't remember the Adis part. I do. Yeah, I definitely see. Obviously, I trust you on that. I wonder how that makes sense. I love thinking about it. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When he says, "Come here whenever you want," I'm gonna be skipping, but that's a Beauty and the Beast line. I'm pretty sure when he takes her into the library, when the Beast takes Belle into the library in the movie Beauty and the Beast, he's like, "Come here whenever you want." He's like trying to be a nice guy. It's the same thing that Tamlin. Obviously, we know it's based on Beauty and the Beast, but it's just so cute. I love it.
So I did look up Hades. Hades' other names include Pluto, Adonis, or Aides, Aides, the unseen one. Hymenaeus, the illustrious one, Ebulus, the good advisor, and Orcus, the killer. These names are often used as euphemisms to avoid directly saying his name, which was feared because of its association with death.
Which is crazy because Missy, is there a name that you have linked with Erewhon? If you do, please let me know. Because obviously Erewhon is not his real name, which would mean that Mantix and Orcus are not their real names, which would make sense. I just don't see Adis. I get the names. I just don't see him as being the stinky leader brother. The stinky. I feel like I picture Orcus as a jerk off, and I just love it. I really like Adis. I love him so much. Okay. Demon.
Sorry, this is off topic, but oh wait. Okay, so this might be going somewhere. Erewhon's other names include Aryavata, which is the Sanskrit original name, but it means king of all elephants.
I love him.
But then, down further mythological names, there's one called the Nagamala. For Erewhon, that's another name for Erewhon. Nagamala, which means the fighting elephant. But
That's so funny.
anyway, sorry. Back to what we were.
Wait, that's so crazy. I wonder, now that reminded me of Treeglove. I wonder how that connects to Missy's map. Missy homework assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Treeglove.
Missy, this is my hill. Yes, girl. You got take notes. You got work to do.
We need to know how Treeglove connects to the valve. I mean, to your map. Okay, wait. I'm on page 170. Oh, wait. Magic didn't just abound in the bumps and the hollows. Didn't I say? Didn't we talk about how hollows, Springport? Remember, it keeps referencing the hollows, which is like the lowest level, I think.
Yeah, we did just talk about that. Where are you at?
Go sit in the corner. Three points to the 3 stars, the gate to hell. AKA Treeglove. What is above, so is below. Something like that. AKA Triple Goddess Horn King. Horned The Horn King. 3 points into 3 stars. And there's the gate to hell. I need to sit on that. Okay. I have a lot of things on this page, I think.
Okay, wait.
This girl just cannot wrap her mind around painting Prithian. She just cannot wrap her mind around it. Like, bro, you can't paint flowers and trees. I don't understand what's wrong with you. It must be so otherworldly that she just could not paint it. She says, oh, did I skip you? Did you need something? Did you need to hit something?
Right before that, I just have highlighted that she's starting to like care about like he never gave me details. I didn't ask about them, but his safe return was enough. Like she's like, oh, he's coming home.
Yeah.
But then she's like talking about her dreams again, and she says, and though my dreams continued to be plagued by the death I'd witnessed and the deaths I'd caused, and that horrible pale woman ripping me to shreds, all watched over by a shadow I could never quite glimpse. I mean, like recently and closer. Like he is like closer.
Yeah. And he's like literally about to be there, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to chapter 20.
I know, we're going to do 20 next week.
Yeah. But it's not bad. Okay, so yeah, the hollows. Oh, she says magic didn't just abound in the bumps in the hollows, it grew there. Specifically. Also, bottomless gates I thought was interesting. Anyway, she says, I didn't think of my family until I passed the outer head wall. Which is, you know, you see where I'm going with that. That's pretty weird. And then a breeze ruffled from the south, ruffled my hair fresh and warm. Spring was now dawning on the mortal world. Which, like, sends her in a funk for the whole day.
She's blaming Tamlin. Instead of her, like, she's like, Tamlin, let me forget them. Girl!
She literally, I wrote it down, it's like 5 times I circled. She's like, unremembered by anyone. No one would remember me back home. I'd been erased from their lives. Forgotten. Even if my family remembered me. I have so many of them. I can't find it. There's more. But she really got depressed. But what breeze from the south told her that spring was coming in the middle world? That's such a weird thing. Like, was it, I guess if we want to be on the Reese hater train, which I'm not even trying to be, what if he sent a breeze in to kind of remind her, just to kind of fight against Tamlin, just to be like, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would...
Reese has wind power.
Windy guy.
Yeah, so that could have been, him just...
He has a warm black wind. He has a warm wind. Oh, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure I highlighted that. 6-point star of the cauldron at the center. Ooh, yeah. You see the cauldron. Yes. I'm loving that. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't care where I was going. Is the paragraph. The moonlight stained the red petals a deep purple. Red and purple, obviously navy, Vesperus, Amarantha, all those people. And then he says, my father had this garden planted for my mother. And what was weird is that the paragraph above that, I wrote Maeve, and then it was like, they planted this for my mother. Again, it's just this weird connection to like, something connected to Tamlin. And this color imagery here, the silvery sheen. Silver is like the color of the god also. And the moonlight, silver is the silver of the moon in mythology, like is linked to just still like very godlike. So I want to know the connection between his family.
Do we know where his mom came from? Is she from the Spring Court or is she from somewhere else?
I don't know. It's so weird, and I just feel like that's such weird imagery.
Yeah.
And then his mask was bronze in the darkness. The emeralds glittered. Obviously, there's emeralds and stuff in the Hades thing. But I thought the bronze was an interesting marker because we know it's gold, but why even be like, it's bronze? Like, which, except, referencing that the Fae are the bronzy, Age of Man bronzy. Don't say oops, Missy, we love it. I have like 1,700 thoughts going on in this thing at one time. This thing. Megan and I today were like, we finally took our medicine. Might not help. maybe it should be more regimented because I'm tweaking it today.
Yeah. Are you supposed to take that every day?
Yeah, I know. Whoops. His words caressing her bones. Say it, Missy. I'm waiting for Missy to say it. His words were caressing her bones. She's going to say, I know what she's going to say. Heat pounding in my core. Let's go. Bring it in, girl. I love the juicy. When I remember reading this and I was like, this is where we need to be. Let's get into it. I was ready for her and Cam to just go at it. Thanks.
And then my knees buckled. Girl.
I know.
His lips are smooth against my skin. His breath warm.
Oh my gosh. When he like whispers in her, okay, that's later. When he's like whispering in her, oh, he's so sweet. Okay.
I still love him.
Yeah, I know. Why choose? Everybody. All 7 of them. All 7 highlights, please.
Maybe my husband is blonde, so I am into the blonde.
One day there will be answers for everything. But not until the time is right. Until it's safe.
Yeah. And then realizing I craved his warmth, his nearness, until he was gone.
Oh.
Same.
You know, wait, what about when she catches him in the snare and he's upside down?
I love it so much. It was like
Lord dangling.
Are you guys like Avengers watchers or like Marvel people?
I know, love that. I watched it, but I don't know it as well, and I know Mrs. loves.
There's like the newer Thor movie when Thor is like hanging upside down and he's just spinning in a circle and he's like, oh wait, let me get back around. Like,
yeah, he's so funny. I love his sense of humor. He's like, my mortal form grows weak. I need sustenance. I say that to this day, every single day.
He is like the best one. He's like low-key funny, which makes him the funniest. Yes, Ragnarok. That was that one. That was the very first scene, and I was like losing it.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, I'm getting tired, y'all. I only got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
I had a really crazy day. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and then when he's like making these dirty poems for her.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. And she tipped her head back and howled. I told you, I love a laugh. I love a guttural laugh.
Yeah. What did I have highlighted the dirtiest and foulest of them all. I said, what was it, Sarah? Tell us.
I know, I need to know. Elaborate. Give us
You
some
want to
mind.
know what Lorcan did? I know what Lorcan did. I want to know what the poem was.
Yeah. I can imagine what Lorcan did. Tell me the poem.
Right. Like, girl, we got imagination. But I did highlight where he's talking about, where she's like asking about Faye getting married, and he says, but if they're blessed, they'll find their mate. They're equal. They're match in every way. That's the first time we hear that.
We highlight the same stuff. So funny.
We're the same person, I feel like.
We are. Megan and Morgan. Megan and Morgan. Yeah, this is all like just info, I feel like.
Yeah.
I can play a mean fiddle.
Okay, but you know what? Like, that would just be like a man playing a guitar. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Have you seen that guy? I might have still be on my page, but have you seen that guy that's like playing the fiddle and it's like trap fiddle? Have you seen it?
At the wedding?
Wait, it's like a real guy though.
Yeah.
On stage.
Oh no.
Okay, I posted it a while ago and I was like how am I? Because he's like she loves the way my fiddle rings, like my fiddle purrs. It's so funny.
Okay, no, I'll have to find it. There's this guy playing like electric violin at a wedding, and it is like that's where it's at.
Feeling it. Cauldron breeding program, she said.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Okay. Oh, I have him talking about his parents
You know, sad.
and like the highlight, because this made me confused when he said, fortunately or unfortunately, they were all killed by the High Lord of an enemy court. I was spared for whatever reason, or cauldron granted luck. Why is he playing like through this?
I think that, yeah, which is what's weird. And he's not like throwing Reese under the bus, which is like cool. You didn't even have to throw him under the bus. You could just say another. Oh, well, I guess he does kind of say without, she doesn't know who Reese is. But someone else hypothesized, like, did he and Rhysand plan the killing of his father? Was it Cheryl? I don't know. I think I might be gone, but somebody posted about that. Like maybe I can't remember who it was. I don't want to credit the wrong person, but they were saying like maybe did they work together to sort of off. I don't know if it was each other's dads or maybe just Tamlin's dad. But he by saying fortunately and unfortunately, I feel like he's like. I mean, obviously he didn't like his dad, so and doesn't like his brother, so he doesn't really care. Which that was their argument. Whoever it was like. His brothers and his dad were bad people, and it would have been better for them to have gotten rid of them. So I'll tag you in it if I find it. I just thought it was a cool theory.
Yeah. Well, and we know that, like Reese was like training him prior to.
Yeah.
Like, when Tamlin was, I mean, Reese is a groomer. Let's just say it. He was grooming Tamlin when Tamlin was younger. He grooms Feyre. He grooms everyone.
Yeah.
Tamlin randomly telling Feyre about mates if he isn't her mate. For real though, like why would he even bring it up? Like he's the one who like brought her to the garden. Like this was a mating gift. Like he's like peacocking.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like he randomly, I guess, while she's looking at the garden, he's like, "This is my mother and father's." I guess that's how he gets to it, but he really wants to bring it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so I don't know if it says later that the other courts are supposed to celebrate spring. I know it's like been said by different people, but I didn't think it was everywhere. And it even says here it's just a spring ceremony.
I think they each do one for their own, because like Valaris has like the starfall, and I think like Summer does like summer solstice. Like I think they each do their own.
That everyone does this on Kalanmai to return the magic to the land, and I don't think that's true.
I think the other courts come there because they want to party.
Like a ceremony.
Yeah.
Like he's getting along with. Yeah.
But they don't do it in their own court.
Yeah, and it's the spring court because that's what spring represents. Renewal, rebirth, regeneration, the Persephone and Hades story, which is literally about the seasons changing and the return of the cycle and life and death. That's what it is. That's really where I got to, girl. We can like keep going, and I can read along with you. I don't have any other things.
What happens next is the adder comes. So they're like walking back, and he's like, "Stay hidden, no matter what you overhear. Don't come out." He's like hiding her, right? And
where he like puts her, glamours her, but he wants her to listen.
Yeah,
I remember.
Then she's like in her head, she was like, perhaps it's shameful not to go to his aid. But he was High Lord. I would just get in the way. Which then I'm like, girl, after you turn Fae and you're like up his booty hole about not being able to go train. Like, hello.
What are you gonna do, Feyre? I think you got a little bit starstruck with yourself when you held down the dying fairy that you thought made you strong. She was like, I used all force. Like, you ended him quicker, I think. Feyre.
His brain. Yeah. And then, so then the adder is talking to them, and Tamlin says, I know what day it is. What day is it? Like, what day
Oh, no. Oh, wait. I was going to say maybe it's...
Because it's the day before Kalanmai, but, like, what does that mean? Like, it's almost...
Wait, where are we? Is it in chapter 20?
No, this is still 19.
Okay.
It says, I turned just enough to spy them. And then it's the very next sentence down. I know what day it is, Tamlin said.
Oh, okay. Stay hidden, he said, and you know. Your continued behavior is garnering a lot of interest at court. What do you mean your continued behavior? And she's wondering why you haven't given up yet. There's like, what, 30 days left in the thing? What do you mean why I haven't given up yet? In 49 years, you expected I was going to give up with the last 5 months? That's just such a weird thing to say.
But we also find out, because Pharaoh was asking, like, oh, how are these beings getting into the court if they're not permitted, right? Like, she asked that, and she's like eavesdropping, and we find out that it's Amarantha who's sending them. She's sending these beasts into the spring court to torment him. Like, she sent the Naga.
I know what day
she sets them loose as gifts and reminders of what will happen if she catches you trying to break the terms of, and then it gets cut off.
Oh, is he saying like that she can't? So, because he doesn't want her to talk, which is why Lucian and Alice are like, I can't say anything because she can hear on the wind, I'm assuming. And that means, oh, well, wait a sec. She has a crown, so I wonder if it's probably not the Troth crown, but you know how like Brie Allen could like see things. Did you hear that? No, not weird voice thing. But Brie Allen could like see Nesta because she had the crown. Nesta was also channeling the heart, but I was just wondering if there was like, what is the way that she's able to see her? Because then it kind of does make sense if Amarantha knows that there's a human there that Tamlin's trying to teach her, but he can't say anything, and maybe it's not that he literally can't, but that she's listening and he knows she can hear him. And that's why it would make sense that the pale girl is in her dreams. She knows before Reese ever goes back and tells her. It's so weird.
Yeah. And then again, the Adder references, though you have a heart of stone, Tamlin, you certainly keep a host of fear inside it. So like there again, it's like they're literally telling us his heart is stone. The voice sank into a croon, but don't worry, High Lord, it's fat. All will be right as rain soon enough. Like what? What will it be like? Like what is right as rain?
Which is weird because that's what the serial says. Stay with the High Lord and watch all wrongs be righted. Mm-hmm. All will be right as rain. That kind of gives a different meaning to that.
Yeah.
Because if things are being righted, and that seems to be agreeable for Amarantha, in a way that is agreeable to her. Yeah. All will be right as rain. What kind of saying is that, right as rain?
Right, and then we have again another reference of Lucian saying burn in hell with a capital H.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And then Lucian's like, what did you hear?
Yeah. And then, like, this is where she says, okay, so it's at the very end of the chapter, she's, like, talking about, like, what it sounds like, what the Adder sounds like. She says, inside that hissing voice, I heard the screaming of human victims, the pleading of young maidens whose chests had been split open on sacrificial altars. Does that not sound like Morath?
Yes. Wait,
the Adder, remember those beings? The beings that fly that came after the witches?
The Ilkin.
The Ilkin. Is the Adder an Ilkin? Are they the same?
I think so, which is the same as the Gwithanes in the story of the Black Cauldron, and they're made in the cauldron by the King of the Undead, they're the same exact thing. So they could just be Frost Realms, same thing. Oh my gosh, she said, I heard a snippet passing by about the Lord, and she said, is she reading the Bible? Pass.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. No, girl.
Oh, I miss Missy's comments too. So funny. Don't worry, you will never find that here.
No, it was an old saying that I was literally just telling Morgan about that one of my friends used to say. Like, if you're on the same page, you'd be like, I'm on the same damn Bible verse. That's how he'd say
Bible
it.
verse. Wait, it could be. It never talked about her crown missing gesture. Are you talking, when you say her, are you talking about Amarantha, right? Also, the serial says she is Tamlin's human. The serial says she is Tamlin's. He does say that.
Yeah.
Which first one, right? In the Western Woods. I think I remember that.
That's what I'm like, was that his way of being like, you're his man? Like, you're his human? Because, like, she doesn't belong to Tamlin.
Oh, she said that's what I was talking about. I think you might have hit on it already. Sorry, I was behind on comments, Missy.
I know, me too.
That's cracking me up. So that. Okay.
But then they're just, like, talking about, like, Lucian's like, if the adder saw her, like, what? Isn't the whole point, is he supposed to be, like, breaking the curse?
I know, that's what I don't get. She's like trying to punish him for breaking his curse that she made him.
Right. Like, was it not part of the bargain that she couldn't interfere? Like, so then that way she basically just always wins? Like,
Freaky. I don't.
did he, so that makes me think, okay, like you were saying, is this a cycle? Did he do this before and he had someone and she knew about him and she,
Yeah, and she's like prohibited this from happening so many times, which is why he's like, didn't Lucian said, we're not going to make a sacrifice. Remember, it was like a word, like we're done. I'm done with this. Or like, we should just tell her we're done making sacrifices. And we were saying, are they doing this sort of to like, not maybe bide their time, but like, you know what I mean? Sort of, I don't know. Maybe she's sort of making, I agree. A3 sand, Missy said.
the surreal or the adder?
I think she's just saying, whatever it is,
All of
A3
them.
sand.
Yeah. And then, the very last sentence. The spring breeze whispered that I didn't want to know. Who's whispering?
He's whispering to her. He's like, I can only whisper and do so much. Rain. All will be right as rain is pissing me off. What is right as rain? Oh, you say that to me. You know I get stuck on things very easily.
I've heard
I am
that
very
thing
easily
before,
stuck.
but I don't get it. What does it mean?
He has triggered the tism. All will be right as rain. Say with the High Lord and all will be righted.
Be perfectly fit and well. But like what? Feeling completely well or healthy, typically after an illness or minor accident.
Why is rain? What the? Yeah, I know, Tasha. What is it supposed to mean? Right as rain. You know, like what? Where does this right as rain come from? Maybe it was a place where they were in a drought and they needed rain. And this is just like what does it come from? I need to know the source. Source code.
Yeah.
You're talking smack.
It's just a weird phrase to use, but maybe she was like, "This sounds old timey."
I know.
You know?
So bad. And the west wind sounds exactly like Tamlin. Wait, were we talking about winds before? The four winds. Because there are in Throne of Glass, right? Oh wait, yeah, like in Throne of Glass, the four winds. That's around the mountains, right? The Arden Mountains. Is that what it is? It's from the Matrix. What's from the Matrix?
I don't know.
Guy, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about your Celine drawing.
So great, isn't
it? Right as rain.
The four winds the Asterian horses are made of.
That's what my voice was. The four wings the Assyrian horses are made of. Okay. I'm following. This is, Sartak is telling this to Nezrin, I think, right?
Yes, mostly.
I don't know.
Ah, I can't type. The spirit from the north, the strength from the south, the speed from the east, and the wisdom from the west. So wait. Oh, it just says the spring breeze whispered I didn't want to know. Well, where did the breeze come from when she was put in her bad mood?
The south, from the mortal lands.
Oh yeah. So the south is strength. If we're going off of this. But
Is that mythology or is that from Throne of Glass?
it says it's from Throne of Glass, but I'm not in the book.
Okay. Also, I freaking searched Google about what the bone carver's origins really quick, and freaking AI is so annoying how it comes up just dead ass wrong. It's like the bone carver's home world is where all the other bone carvers live. That's what Google said. That was Google's answer. The bone carver goes back to the realm where all the bone carvers are from. That's what it said. That pissed me off. I honestly just closed my computer. I was like, I'm done with this. This is too much.
Yeah.
Fired.
The Throne of Glass wiki. So it says the spirit from the strength from the south, the speed from the east, and wisdom from the west.
Ooh. I think Tasha and I were talking about that damn wiki. It's like I can go on there. I think we talked about this. Anyone can go on there and edit shit, which is like a lot of it's true, but they think the wrong things on there. It makes me angry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a professional editor. In Mythos, the four winds are gates. Oh, the AI wiki is definitely getting worse. And I think my husband said, he told me, is he asleep? I think he is. He said just yesterday that they're adding like all of the AI stuff like ChatGPT and like Google AI. I don't know exactly. I was probably but he was like they're getting a bunch of new things added to them. So like it's going to be like interacting with new stuff lately. So it's going to be like in a troubleshooting period apparently.
Yeah, because like she said, it's literally just searching through Reddit, which is not credible.
Oh yeah, it does do that a lot of time. Like it argued with me when I was talking about I was trying to remember something and typing it into like, can you remember this for me? And I was like, wait, what did it say about Dorian Havilyard Sr.? And it was like Dorian Havilyard Sr. is not a person, is not a thing. And it was like, no, the king. I was like, that's the King of Otterland. They were like, no, the King of Otterland's name is made up a completely different something Lord Montgomery. I can't. It makes me so. And I'm arguing with a freaking AI. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I need to log off. I need to log off. One battle at a time. Burn in hell, he said. Yeah, I didn't get to this. And I know I had all that time, but y'all, I had feasting and holiday weekend.
Your white chicken chili.
It was. I've never made it before. It was freaking banging. It was so good. I threw everything up in that thing.
I love white chicken chili. It's so good.
What are you saying? Oh my god, for die. What? Yeah, I'd never had it before. It was delicious, and all my kids ate it. They never eat anything but mac and cheese.
Oh, Tori's mac and cheese girl too. Like every meal. What do you want? Mac and cheese, specifically Kraft, like the $1 box. Mac and cheese and
different mac and cheese. So it's like they all have a different favorite mac and cheese.
She gets into the Spidey mac and cheese too because she loves the Spidey and his amazing friends.
Yeah,
Like, all right, well, I guess let's do chapter 20 next time because there's a lot there. Oh, it's so pretty.
thank you. I just love it so much. I was staring at it. I love it. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. You were talking about chapter 20. What did you say?
Let's just do it next week because I feel like there's a lot in there, and I'd like to reread it too because I like quickly scan. I mean, it's short, but there's like.
I know, there's like goodies in there, and I want to actually be able to look at it. It's crazy time this past Wednesday through Sunday. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you though, really quick, about the bone carver thing that I was confusing you on. Because everyone thinks the bone carver is the god of truth. Are we on the same page with that?
Okay.
Do you think that? Do you think the bone carver is the god of truth? Okay, so that's probably why you were like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Have we heard God of Truth referenced, or this is just like a theory of like one of them?
This is a theory. Sam really quick asked Samantha. We were on Sundays. We are moving to Thursdays from now on. We just skipped last week because we changed to Thursday, and then there was a holiday. We were busy, so we're gonna do Thursdays at this time, 8, 9 Eastern. And if there's anything different, we'll let you know. We are gonna skip, obviously. We're gonna do 3 weeks in a row. So this, 2 more. I think we have Christmas and New Year's. We're skipping, right?
I think so.
Or did we say we were gonna do? I think we are skipping.
Let me look at the count. I can't even remember.
One of them is New Year's Day, and I think we were both like, oh, we also have our thing we'll talk about.
I know. I think isn't Christmas on a Thursday? So obviously not. Yeah, Christmas is on a Thursday, so obviously not Christmas. I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything New Year's Day. We'll let you know. Like,
I'm pretty open. I think I'm open on New Year's Day, but we can just decide. We were not sure what people would be doing. You know, we weren't.
Yeah. Well, since there's only like a small group in here, you guys will be the first to know. Should we? Should we tell them?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw that we did make a Yap and Recap TikTok page and Instagram. So go follow them because we're going to be doing like this really, really awesome giveaway. And we're giving away, obviously not on New Year's Day, but we're going to do the drawing that second week of January during our live. We have a rebind of ACOTAR, which is like stunning by Firebound Books. She just did it today. She literally just sent me pictures of it today. We are getting that map that I framed from Conquest Journals. We have a map, and she's sending some more goodies. Also, like I don't know what else she's sending, but surprise goodies. Candle and the car fresheners from CE Craft that are ACOTAR themed. And then a new one that I just talked to today. She and it's like a small business. She and her husband does all of the art, by the way. There's a really cute mug, and then there's a print of the cereal trap like hung upside down from the tree.
We gotta do one with Tamlin next time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. So you have to be following. We'll put a thing up, but you have to be following every, all the new page. You have to be present in the live. Is that what you're doing?
We'll decide. I was thinking it would be
not everyone can be present.
Right.
I want to be able to do that, but also we have like the Central European time zone that will miss that. So I don't know. We'll figure that out.
We'll just do the drawing live during our live of like who won. But like, yeah, you'll need to be following all the accounts. So like to jump ahead, follow Yap and Recap on here and on Instagram. So yes, find us on Instagram.
And we both have pages on Instagram. Mine's the same username, but yours is Romantasy Riot.
Yes, mine's Romantasy Riot because I already used my name for my personal account. That's private. So.
And I know it's late. I can talk to you about the bone carver later since I don't want to keep us. But
I mean, it's late for you. It's 10 o'clock for me. So. I also avoided Instagram. Dude, the comments I get on Instagram,
Yeah, she was showing. She was like, "Girl, look at the comments."
nuts. Like that's like
Yeah.
TikTok is like, these my people.
Oh yeah, I love TikTok videos. The comment section is so much better. It just gets progressively worse anywhere else you go.
Yeah, it's nuts. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm still posting, but I'm not like.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you about the bone carver really fast. It won't take that long.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Basically, the God of Truth, the all-seeing God, is the God that Gavin was sort of who was praised as God, and we learned that at the Empire of Storms or Kingdom of Ash. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember which one. But anyway, actually, no, it might be. I don't remember when it is. Anyway, at some point, Aelin and Rowan and the people are underneath of, I believe, Otterlin Castle, and they're going through like the sewer systems, and they basically go into this area where they come across all the bones. Remember, and it's the temple where people like have said their last words to the God of Truth, and it's like bones and carvings and all this stuff basically for him. And so people, I think a particularly good amount of people have like assumed, kind of like how like the Underking is the Barrow White. They're like the God of Truth is the bone carver.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
that's like where I'm going from that from. And then it was kind of like I was just saying, are we all on this same track where I'm coming from? Because I always was thinking he goes from Aurelia to Prithian. That's just like what my brain automatically thought. But applying that the knowledge that we have, like his homeworld is likely nothing but dust on a plane. If his homeworld is Aurelia, then that sets our timeline way off what we think. Right?
If
Because so like, okay, where we are in ACOTAR, the bone carver's like, I don't have anywhere to go back to. My homeworld is like likely dust on a plane.
mm,
So if he falls, he says, I fell with my siblings through a tear in the world. He doesn't say I fell twice, he says I fell once. If he fell once into Prithian, that would make his homeworld Aurelia if he came from Aurelia. Does that make sense?
yeah.
I don't want to confuse you. Okay. I'm trying to think of the. I might need to draw it. I got a board. I'm gonna draw 3 circles for you, just like you did. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could fall into the whole paradox. Like,
It kind of does. So if this is ACOTAR, can you see this color? If this is ACOTAR, and this is where the boat. I can't write that way. Let me turn. Oh shit! The light is so annoying. Ah. Okay. This is ACOTAR. This is Prithian. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. The bone carver says that he and his siblings. Oh my god, this is so bad. He and his siblings fell into ACOTAR. If the bone carver is also the God of Truth and is in Aurelia, which way did he go? Did he go from ACOTAR to Aurelia, or did he go from Aurelia to ACOTAR? And the reason the reason I ask this is because now I'm getting so freaking confused with my own theory. Having to say it. It's like I said it right the first time. Wait, unless he left Aurelia during the First War with Maeve's in-laws. What do you mean? The First War. I think we were talking about that, but I forget. I forget what we were saying. Okay, my question. I was just sort of talking timelines, and I think that if for the bone carver to be the God of Truth, he would have had to go from ACOTAR to Aurelia. I keep reading comments, my fault. Do you think that the bone carver comes? I feel like you don't have any skin in this because you don't think that he's the God of Truth, unless that makes sense to you.
no, it makes sense. It wasn't even on my radar. Like, I'm not.
Okay, yeah. So I was just sort of thinking, like, what direction does that travel look like? And the reason is because I think a lot of people assume that the bone carver, if he's the God of Truth, is the God of Truth. And then because the God of Truth is like gone or not present, we don't talk to the God of Truth except for that one time. I think people think that he might be gone. And so I was under the impression that he went from Aurelia to Prithian, but that doesn't make sense because his homeworld can't be Aurelia, or it's nothing but dust on a plane.
Well, he thinks that it's nothing but dust on a plane.
He thinks it is. That's what we're operating under. But my point is that, like, would it make sense that a death god and his siblings are from Aurelia? I don't think, for me personally, I feel like I don't think that would be his home. It just doesn't make, he's very hell-coded. He's very, don't you feel, I don't know. I feel like I'm going off on a thing about it, but he's very hell-coded. I don't feel like he comes from Aurelia. And what that would mean is, if he came from the Aurelia direction, he would have fallen through 2 rifts with his siblings. It's just unlikely. I don't know. I feel like it's not maybe for people who had an idea that he was coming from Aurelia to Prithian. It's kind of confusing, but I think he is too. Just can't reconcile how.
But just because they like worship him in Aurelia doesn't mean that he's from there, though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that he's from there.
Yeah.
So if he's not from Aurelia, that would mean that he had to go from Prithian to Aurelia. Because in Prithian, he fell into Prithian with his siblings. He got there first from his homeworld. And I'm just saying, I think he goes from Prithian. When he dies, the white light of the cauldron shines at him, and it says he's there and gone. So that's him, like, portal jumping. And I was just kind of commenting on the fact that I think that he lands in Prithian, dies, portal jumps, and then becomes the god of truth in Throne of Glass, similar to how all the other gods are there. And I was just sort of pointing to a timeline of this idea that other people have and sort of setting it more in like a permanent timeline. It just doesn't make sense that he would come from the other direction.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's like, it's definitely time travel.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Something I thought, wait, hold on, maybe. Okay. Who is the person in the sarcophagus in the temple that was the crystal one? Who was that?
Well, Erewhon was in an impenetrable coffin. Vesperus was in a crystal coffin, and then in the gods in the south built impenetrable coffins because they were afraid of beings infesting them.
Yes, but it was that Vesperus that she was in the, like, yeah. I think that's who Missy's talking about, right? In the temple.
In the temple, though. What temple? I was thinking the gods in the south because she said the temple, but I'm not sure.
Oh, wasn't there a
coffin in the god of truth? I don't remember that. In the god of truth, like, underground thing?
The Sin Eater's temple.
Oh, the coffin in his temple. When you guys are saying temple, is the temple where he meets? No, because he meets Dorian just by, like, him drawing it on the ground, right? Outside of the witch's camp, I'm pretty sure. So, are you guys saying that under Otterland's castle there was a temple? Like, I'm thinking the sewage line, where, like, the underground.
The Sin Eater temple is below the shadow market of Rifthold, built nearly entirely of all human bones. Only that's where Erewhon was trapped.
Wait, Erewhon was trapped under Morath, right?
They found out Erewhon. Oh, that's where they found out he hadn't been.
No, yeah, they trapped him in the Rune Mountains, right?
Yes. I don't think anyone was down here. Hey. Sorry.
You don't think anyone was what?
I don't think anyone was in this temple.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about it. I don't remember a coffin. There probably was, I just don't remember.
It just says little is known about. Oh, it's called the Sin Eater. Little is known about the Sin Eater other than he was worshipped. His temple is located deep beneath the shadow market of Rifthold and is built nearly entirely of human bones. The bones are carved with confessions of people's sins they committed in life. That's where they found out that Erewhon hadn't been killed, only trapped. Damaris, the sword of truth, is blessed by the god of truth.
Yes, because on Gavin's final words that he writes, he basically says, we didn't kill him, we trapped him, which they never told anyone before.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I found out your secret, you little. Dorian was so mad at him. And it was so funny because isn't it weird that Gavin would basically let the whole world die because he doesn't want Elena's soul to not exist anymore.
Like,
but Brandon's like lets his girl like sacrifice her whole self. He's like, because I think it's Brandon is Brandon, and he knows the Asteri are bad, and he's like, get out of here.
yeah.
That's why, because the comparison is like they both love them so much, but one is like, get the f out, and one is like, I would rather sacrifice this whole world than tell you where the third word key is. I find that to be strange.
Yeah, that's what I agree. Yeah, that has to be, like, he is Brandon.
And he says, Brandon, when he like arrives in, near Maeve, to Maeve, it says, even Brandon who saw her dark power did not recognize it. And what I think that means is that Bran and Actaeon from CC, they know a dark power, but it's hell. And it's good for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's at least temporarily good. So when if he does, gets to Mistward and he meets Maeve and he sees a dark power and he knows that it's dark, but he doesn't recognize it because it's not the same, like, maybe somewhat good that the help. Does that make sense? I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, he saw the dark power, but he didn't recognize it.
No, that
because he's used to like a semi-good dark power.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I know it's late. I'm rambling.
Well, I could ramble forever, so.
I should probably.
My battery is slowly dying.
From the couch. Okay, so that was funzy. And anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. Just follow Yap and Recap on here and Instagram. And yeah, we'll be back same time
next Thursday.
Morgan will have the RSVP. Mm-hmm. And then we will, like, if you guys ever miss one, I am uploading it to YouTube, and it's like all you have to do is either search Yap and Recap because it's in the title, or my name is the profile. So yes, thank you so much, everyone. Fun.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you guys so much. Have a good night, you guys.
Good night.
Bye, Megan.
Bye.